Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a great day, and we're back on the Hermitcraft server. This last couple, well, not this last couple weeks, but basically this last week or so has kind of been Kingdoms Week. Well, I kicked off Season 2 of my single-player vanilla series, restarting somewhere else far, far away in the same world. So I've been basically doing Kingdoms Week because I was having so much fun and all that kind of stuff. But now we're going to get back to a bit of a more normal schedule. The plan is to have Kingdoms and Hermitcraft switching off every other day. So that's the plan. One thing I do want to announce very quickly before I forget, because I'm horribly scatterbrained and I forget things. On the second channel, yes, I do have a second channel, link in the description. I just started yesterday a Total War Warhammer 2 series. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the game, it's a 4X grand strategy game, kind of like Civilization, but then it has real-time combat, sort of like a real-time strategy game. Think like Civilization meets Age of Empires or something like that. It's very fun. I'm a huge fan of Total War, and I have been for, well, forever, for as long as there's been Total War. So I'm really excited, but that's going to be on the second channel. I know previously I've played Total War on this channel, but I think it fits better over on the second channel. So if that's something that interests you, you'll find a link to the channel in the description, but I don't want to go on about that forever and ever. We have things to do. So today I want to do some more work on the Cathedral, and I'm kind of sorry. I know the last couple Hermitcraft episodes we've been kind of plugging away at the Cathedral and not really getting that much done. So I want to kind of get a lot done today if possible. I think the first thing that I want to tackle is I want to get these windows in place. I know they're going to be stained glass windows here. We're going to have two thick walls, right? So like the window will go like right here, and then we'll have the interior wall here. And that way we could use full glass blocks, which I think will look a little bit better, give us a little bit more depth and all that kind of good stuff. And we can do some decorative type stuff as well, working with the depth there. So I think that's the first step. I want to tackle, we've got three windows here. We're going to have windows here, and then there's going to be windows just like these ones on this side. I just haven't carved them out yet. And then I need to figure out what I want to do with this big thing as well. We're going to do something here. I just don't know exactly what yet. So let's kind of start with the windows. Let's see here. I should have some glass. What are we using? Primarily lime? Yeah, lime, yellow, and white, it looks like, is what we're mostly using for our glass here. So lime, yellow, white. There we go. Do I have any more? Also, there's a little bit of server lag going on right now, so I'm just going to have to kind of work through that. But let's start with these these two sets of three windows, because these are all going to be the same. And I think I'm going to keep it very simple. I'm just going to go with something like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this is much shorter. So let's go maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then we'll put, let's go 4, actually. And then we'll put a white one here, yellow, yellow, yellow. And then we'll go yellow like so, yellow like so. And then we'll fill these bits in with the lime. And we'll just kind of pop up here like so, and do one of those, and one of those. There we go. Okay. Now, the question is, what's that going to look like from the outside? Because that's kind of important. And it looks perfectly fine to me. Awesome. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to replicate that on all 6 of these windows, and then we'll try to kind of detail it out a little bit and make it look a bit better. All right, guys, so I've got the windows in place. I've got some of the walls kind of surrounding them, and I think it will work out just fine. Let's just take a peek. Yeah, from the outside, it all looks acceptable. We're going to have to do the texture variation, right? This kind of patterned look that we have here with some of the stone brick, but that'll be probably one of the last things we do, honestly, and we'll probably do that to the whole cathedral at once we eventually get to that point, but it's gonna I always find that generally that texture variation is something you want to kind of save for last. So I'm not in a rush to do that. Now, we want to make sure that nothing here is spawning all over our windows. So I think the easiest way to do that is to grab some slabs, and we'll do something like this, just a couple of slabs at the bottom here, and I think that will also kind of help give the windows a little bit more definition, I guess would be the way to say it. You know, make them kind of stand out a little bit more, make them look a little bit more structured and framed out. And we'll want to do that on both sides of the windows, I think. So we'll do the same like right here. And there we go. Okay, so that kind of frames out our windows a little bit better, and I think that's an improvement. And then once again, same kind of a deal out here. Now, I need to figure out how this window was shaped. So let's get these slabs in place. There we go. And then let's take a peek at the other side. So we've got... if I remember correctly, I kind of based it off of where it was on this side, right? Yeah. So this one goes up, starts at the same level and goes up until it looks like 3 below. Yeah, 3 below that upper kind of line thing. I know what I'm trying to say. It's not making any sense, but I know what I'm trying to say. Cut me some slack, okay? It's been a long day. All right, so we'll come out here, and there's what, a one wide gap between? Yeah. So we can go up here. We can just kind of tear basically all of that out. And then work our way up, and then right here, 1, 2, 3. Oh, oops. Took a little too much. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and we want a stair here. And then here we go, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. And we're gonna want a stair right there as well. And now those should match the ones on the other side, I think. We're gonna find out in a second here. We'll get we'll stand right in the middle and see if they look symmetrical. I think they will. Yep. Okay, good. And then I need to make them match over on this side as well. So let me get that done, and let me kind of come up with a pattern here, because we've been doing these kind of crosses, but that's not really gonna work here because it's a 2 wide space, so we won't have room to fit cross in. So we'll have to do something else. I don't know exactly what that's going to be just yet, but we'll think of something. We'll make, maybe we could do like a gradient of some sort or something like that. I don't know exactly yet, but I'll figure something out. Let me get some work done here on these windows, and then I'll be back. I think I've got a good design that I'm happy with, and it's all finished up. It's about an hour and a half later. I spent a little bit longer trying to plan out what design I wanted to go with for those windows. I decided to just keep it really simple. After a lot of trial and error in a creative world, I decided to just keep it real simple. So on the side that is furthest away from this kind of central tower, I went with just regular green, normal green stained glass. Also, there's supposed to be slabs right here. Normal green stained glass, and then lime on the inside. So you get kind of like this gradient sort of thing going in towards the central... I don't really want to call this a tower, but this little bit that kind of juts out. And I think it works, and I think it works pretty well. It's the same on both sides. The windows are all in place as well. It looks fine over here. I think we've got kind of a cool thing going. And this cathedral, it's getting there. We're making progress, slowly but surely, but we're getting there. So the next thing I want to do, I was kind of thinking about this. I'm going to have to terraform this a bit more. But I was kind of thinking about it, and rather than just putting like windows and stuff like that in this big flat area, this giant flat surface right here, obviously we need to do something there. It's just going to look really bad because it's too flat, right? Like you need depth on such a huge area, or it's just going to look horrendous. But here's what I was thinking. What if we were to start maybe... here, on either side, right? And what if we were to do kind of like a circle, right? Something maybe like that. Imagine that this was a circle, and you basically like a half circle, sort of, right? And we could do something sort of like this. And that would allow, and then it would go up, obviously, quite a ways, right? So I don't know exactly how far we'd want to go with this, but for the moment, let's just say we want to go... Oh man, this is gonna have to go so tall. Maybe to like here-ish? Let's see. From the andesite block there, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That might work. Let's kind of take a look from a distance. Because keep in mind, we're going to have to put a roof on it as well. Some sort of a roof. I think that would probably be okay. That seems pretty good. That seems like we can work with it. Okay, so then we'll come over here and we'll go 1, 2, 3 all the way up until we get to the same height, which still got a little ways to go. Right here. Yep, there we go. And then we gotta go, oh, I broke something. There we go. And we gotta go out 1. And then we need to replicate this as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's gonna kind of come around like that. And then like so. And then we can get rid of these kind of inner little bits that are sort of sticking out. Did I... 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I did mess it up. Okay, that's fine. Easy fix. There we go. That's better. So that gives us that same circular shape. Right? And now what we need to do is build up some pillars. Just partly framing it out, right? Because that's important when you're planning. Partly framing it out, and partly preparing it for whatever we're going to put here. I don't know what that's going to be yet, but we'll put something here. Probably just, we may actually just end up basically extending the little tower areas out, right? So we kind of go up like so. You fell. It fell on the ground. Okay, that's fine. So there we've got kind of an idea. And then we'd probably put another one here, I think. Like another set of andesite pillars. Is kind of what I'm thinking. A little bit higher. There we go. Something like that. On this kind of outer block. They're just helping us kind of mark out this tower so we can get a feel for it when we look at it. When we look at it from a distance. So we'll place our last batch of pillars, and then behind it, I think we would probably do... I don't know exactly what we would do yet. We have a few options. We could... I'm trying to think what would look best for like what would be behind the little thingies, right? But when we look at that from say over here, yeah, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. And then we would put a roof on it of some sort. Probably something that's a little bit different than this kind of Gothic style roof. It would probably be something more like kind of a dome. Like it would basically be like a half dome, I guess you'd say, because it's basically a half circle. So something along those lines could work. And then what we would have to do, if we want to put stone behind it, let's kind of try that out. So first of all, let's throw down a torch right here, and let's just carve out a little doorway right here. Just for now, temporary door, right? And then let's think about this. If we want stone, we would want the stone maybe like that? How's that going to look from this side? Is that still going to give you a rounded feeling? No. No, it won't. And that's a problem. We definitely need to have that rounded feeling. So what we would probably do instead is rather than bring this up, we'd probably bring up this one? I'm trying to think here. Then we'd have a stone here. And stone like that. Just trying to get an idea. Otherwise, we could have stone like this going up. But I don't think that's going to give that same sort of rounded feeling that we have here. And I think we really want that rounded feel. Like, we want these pillars to feel like they're supporting everything. I may have to change this a little bit. This is why you got to plan these things, right? Like, you need to kind of put some thought into it. Maybe what we should do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is a 15 wide area between these two pillars. So let me see what I can work out, and then I'll be back. All right, I am back. I've spent some time in a creative world, and I think I have figured it out. I think I figured out how we can make this work. So step 1 is going to be climb up here, right? And basically tear down everything we did. That's mostly not because the shape is like completely wrong, but because basically we're just kind of off as far as like the pillars are just barely, oh dang it, just barely in the wrong spot. So let me get all this torn down. Okay, so that's torn down. So here's the shape that we had, right? Something like this. We're going to change this just a tiny bit. And we're going to do this with essentially the final shape in mind, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go boop, boop. We're going to bring that across. And then we're going to go boop, boop, like so, okay? And that is going to kind of give us our basic shape. Then we're going to come here, and we're basically just going to extend this out. That is not the edge I'm looking for. There we go. So 3 in the middle, and we're essentially, as I said, just kind of expanding this little bit out. That'll be stone. I mean, we can basically just do something like this to kind of, you know, dress up how high we want it to go. But then all we need to do is outline it, right? So we bring this up as high as we want, and we extend all of these up, and then when we get to the top, I'll just, this is not going to be, it's obviously going to be much higher than this, but this will give you kind of an idea. So let's just bring it up like, I don't know, 5 for a minute, just so I can show you how this is going to work. We'll go like that, right? That's andesite. That's not supposed to be andesite. Stone. There we go. And then once we get as high as we want to go, we just kind of come out, and we just basically bring it out one more with the andesite. So, like that. There we go. And then we just connect up the pillars that we have marked out. A couple more over here real quick. Like so. And that gives us this nice kind of cylinder shape, right? Which is what we're looking for. We're looking for this kind of cylindrical tower that's going to go up very high. And it still gives us the illusion, well, I mean, it's not really the illusion, but it still gives us the feeling of depth, and that's what we want. So it's marked out, it works, that works much better, I think. That's gonna look better. Now, obviously, we need it to be much taller than it is right now, but that can be arranged. So that'll be perfectly fine. All we need to do is get the tower built up all the way. So let me get that done, and then we'll take a look and see what it looks like. Okay, I think I have both of the towers in place. I did the same thing on both sides. So here's the one that on the side that's a little easier to see. The other side I'm gonna have to like kind of manipulate the shape of the landscape next to it. But you can see we've got kind of this nice cylindrical shape. It works. Lag. Yeah, the lag is driving me insane. Apparently, it seems like it always gets kind of bad, like at night in the US. Oh, look, now I'm teleporting. Game, please. Anyway, so we've got kind of this nice shape here, right? And I like it, and I think that's good. Now, what we need to do is we need to get up there, actually. And I really have a feeling the server is not going to allow me to fly? Is going to allow me to fly? I'm so confused as to what's going on and how this is working, but whatever. Let's just land on the roof and then kind of drop down. I need to, like, chill here. And also this, like, damages our elytra sometimes. Have I landed yet? No. Okay, we're good. We're good. I've noticed that my elytra seems to be taking more damage than normal. It almost broke on me once, actually. But anyway, I did the disregard. So what I want to do now is we want to get kind of a dome shape, right? And I find that the easiest way to do this is to go 3 like so, and then maybe go up 1, up 2, and like that, right? To kind of mark out like this dome shape here. And keep in mind, we also want it to be visible from the ground. So then we'll kind of go 1, 2, so 3. There we go. And then we're going to kind of go up 1, up 1, and to like here. And then we'll get rid of all these like extra blocks that we put down as kind of like guide blocks. But the idea is we're basically just marking out where these things are going to go, right? So we're going to end up having like a nice kind of dome-shaped roof here, if we can do this properly anyway. Up 1. Up 1. What? Something got messed up. Oh, I see. There we go. Yeah. I see what I did. I didn't bring it down enough. There we go. So now we've got kind of this nice, like, shape. And then all we need to do with this is basically just fill in some, like, stuff, right? So we will fill in, like, a roof texture, such as, for example, dark oak, which will totally work. And I should have a fair amount of in one of these shulker boxes, which we may someday be able to open. There's stairs. I don't actually need stairs. What I need is planks. There's a couple. There we go. That'll work. Let's just grab those. We probably should grab some stairs, but that should be plenty for us here. Also, Cub Fan was sleeping regularly, but apparently he is not at the moment, so I'll sleep real quick. The sun is coming up. Tomorrow, bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow. Was that Annie? I feel like that's Annie, the musical, but the little orphan. Anyway, This is how my brain works. Randomly jumping from one thing to another. Anyway, so let's patch that up. I'm not really too worried about those, but I would really like to get back up there if I can. And if the server will allow me to fly, which it appears like it's not going to, maybe? Can I? Ah, we've done it. Okay, we've made it. So now we just need to land. I'm gonna try and land on the roof again because I have a feeling that I'm gonna get stuck in elytra position. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. All right, there we go. Now we are unstuck. And now we just need to take these wooden planks, right? And basically just fill in some of these bits, right? So we'll go like here. We'll kind of come up to like here. And then this will kind of come back there. Basically, we're just sort of filling in some of these little bits behind. Like so. We'll go like there. Right here. More dark oak planks, please. There we go. Maybe one like right there. And then finally here. Like that. And that should give us a reasonably acceptable dome-shaped roof. I'm just going to put a thing there for the minute, even though that's probably not where it's going to stay. Like, I'm just going to put a torch up here for a minute. We'll probably, if we need to, we'll either carpet it or something. But let's see if we can get a good look at that from over here. It doesn't look very rounded. It's not horrendous. My rocket is not firing. It's just server lag, like, and it's gonna kick in any second, and I'm gonna go rocketing off into the. Yep, see what I mean? I'm gonna go rocketing off into the sky because, okay. So now I just need to land. No, I didn't want to rocket again. I'm so confused as to what's going on. Oh, we hit something. I give up. So what we'll need to do to fix this. Oh, man. Yeah, this is... Okay, well, I'll have to see if we can maybe get someone to restart the server. The problem is when, for me, in the United States, right, like, I believe all the people who have access to the server console are sleeping right now. Because right now it's like 5 in the morning or not even, it's like 4 in the morning in the UK right now. And I believe that those people who have access, have the ability to restart the server are all sleeping. So I could put like a message in our group chat and be like, hey, can someone restart the server? But someone might not be able to do it until like tomorrow morning. 6 hours after, after I'm hoping to already have this video like edited and everything. So it's just kind of an annoyance, but either way. So what we're gonna have to do to fix this, and I do have Optifine installed, is basically just kick like this block and this block down, and that'll give us a much more rounded shape and less of a boxy shape. I don't think I'm actually gonna be able to get up there with the server performing the way it is right now, but that'll give it a much more rounded shape and make it feel a lot more like a dome rather than a box. So that'll help significantly. But unfortunately, guys, I am out of time for this episode. We actually got a lot more done than you might think. This is like 5 hours of work right here, give or take, maybe even a little bit more. But we got windows in place. We got a design picked out for the size of these towers, which we will be able to improve upon when the server wants to cooperate with us. And we will also, be able to add details and stuff to it as well. So I think I'm quite happy. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Links in the description below. Remember, I did start a Total War Warhammer series on the second channel, so if you want to check that out, there's a link to the second channel in the description. That's one of those important links that I always talk about that nobody ever checks. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching. and I'll see you in the next one.